outside perspectives, and our whole mission is to really bring a very intimate and personalized view to the community on things that are working, things that we wish that we could have done better, and just the lessons that we learned along the way. Today I'm very, very fortunate to have come across a wonderful friend. She's visiting Carlos Machado Jiu-Jitsu here in Lake Highlands, led by Marcio Santos. And I'll let her introduce herself and her experience, and we'll go from there.
Hi, I'm Michele Colon. I'm from New York. I'm a high school teacher. I teach computer science, but I also run a social project where we teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for all sorts of high school students for free in the Bronx. And you know, my experience, I've been doing that in New York for about 14 years. And that's pretty much like my story. So
what made you get into jiu-jitsu?
What made me get into jiu-jitsu many moons ago was like, I don't know, I'll make it short, but I went to a jewelry store with my sister, and they were giving the martial arts class there, and then I went in, and he was like, oh, come for a free trial. And then I went for the free trial, and then the workout almost made me throw up. So I said, listen, if I don't do something, I'm gonna die. So that's when I started like really training, like emotional arts and stuff. So.
Get your health right.
Just to get my health right, I was like, man, this is terrible. I thought I was dying.
What has jiu-jitsu meant to you?
Jiu-jitsu meant like so much to me. Like it's just like air, right? It's like breathing, and it's also like jiu-jitsu for me personally. I compare it to like that significant other where like you love them, you almost feel like you can't be without them, but then they get you mad, and then they frustrate you, but you still can't be without them. So that's like my journey, right? So every journey with jiu-jitsu, but you know, it's something that I cannot envision my life without. You know, I mean, I need it to survive. It's air for me. That's stuff. It helps me. Yeah.
That's amazing. So you have a unique perspective because not only do you teach jiu-jitsu, but you're also a high school teacher. I would love to hear your thoughts on like how it activates these exceptional students on the mat. Like what can jiu-jitsu really offer a kid that's on the spectrum, or a kid that has ADHD or any kind of neurodivergence?
So in my social project that I run, it's called the Ascend Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Social Project. We have like students of all types of like exceptional learning abilities, right? So we have some with autism spectrum disorder. We have some that are severely learning disabled, some with ADHD, some with behavior problem like ODD and stuff like that. So what I've been able to be able to see in progress in the 14 years that I have is like, you know, especially like with the autistic students, that it gives them a sense of just it's a confidence. It's confidence. It helps them relax. There's nothing worse than feeling trapped, right? And in jiu-jitsu, you are vulnerable. You are feeling trapped, and these kids learn how to navigate, you know, being under someone with thought and precise technique. So and that helps them use that same approach and through life, right? So if they can get someone heavy off of them calmly by thinking, they're less likely to catch fits and tantrums and get angry and throw stuff like that. So that's, I know I've seen that on some of my particular students. Their behavior has improved like so much. And I have a particular student that just was used to hit, you know, even when he came in, he was hitting, and his mother's like, oh, I want him to continue. So don't worry, we got him. So he would hit and just say, hey, you know, no hitting, we're here, we're friends, let's take care of our friends. And then, you know, with the consistent correction, also with the physical activity, because, you know, you tire the body, the brain relaxes.
Yes.
They're able to think more. And he's been with me for, I think this is his second year now, and he's a totally different. So he doesn't like say like inappropriate things to kids. He doesn't hit them anymore. He's, hey coach, how am I doing? So he's consistently looking for reinforcement and stuff. So he's doing like amazing. Also, the teachers are telling me that he's so much better. So, you know what I mean?
Has it been good for his confidence as well? So it's good for
his confidence. He's walking around like straight up, and a lot of them. I have a couple of like, you know, exceptional students. But they walk with confidence, and they, you know, when they need to speak, they speak, and they've learned also with that confidence to not like lash out, right? So if I tell them all the time, it's like, hey, if you don't like anything, we can tap and we can talk about it. If somebody did anything to you that you didn't particularly like, that because jiu-jitsu makes you uncomfortable, right?
Yep.
So they have to be able to say, hey, I quite didn't like you. Even if even it's jiu-jitsu, right?
Yep.
Just say, hey, you know what? I tap. I didn't like the way that feels. So it helps them identify when they need to tap or speak.
Yep.
Rather than to get really mad and like lash out, right? So it just says, hey, you know what? I'm not comfortable with that. I'm gonna tap. So it really calms them down and really helps them stop, think, and then react.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So you're also a teacher. How does it help you in the classroom?
Well, it helps me in the classroom like so much because like for me, and I don't see the classroom as my class or the class, right? So they're not individuals. So I consistently do a lot of like what we call formative assessments, like individual check-ins, small group check-ins. Like, hey, this helps me understand where they are, but not only where they are, but also says, hey, you know what? Do I need to reteach something? Do I need to, maybe the way I'm teaching it is wrong? So it helps me evaluate how I am teaching things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe I need to use different wording. Maybe I need to, you know, just bring, you know, just the vocabulary down, maybe a couple of levels, or maybe even up, you know, because then they're all exceptional, just different levels. So it helps me adjust to be able to teach them individually, because they're not the class. They're, you know, students are in my class, and it's my job to be able to cater to them all. I have to be able to teach the entire class so that they're successful, and also not measure them by that one thing. So they all get assessed. And not only in my classroom, jiu-jitsu, I do the same thing. They get assessed at the level. What is the best that they can do?
Yeah.
Because the best that you can do may be way superior than the best that I can do. How fair is it that I compare you? That's comparison, right? We can't compare it. I'm going to be like, Tanya's the best Tanya at this that she can possibly be. And you know what? That deserves the best grade that Tanya could get.
Give her a strike.
Yeah, so that's really what it is. You know what I mean? We're not all going to wind up in the same place. We learn different. We have different gifts.
That's amazing.
So that's pretty.
Do you have any words that you'd like to share with the world on, you know, jiu-jitsu or the exceptional little learners that we have the opportunity to be around every day?
I think that jiu-jitsu is great for them. The one thing that I am going to emphasize is that you have to make sure that you find the right environment for your child, right? The child has to be able to feel safe, and the safer the child, the exceptional child feels, the more susceptible or the more open they are to learning and feeling safe and expressing themselves in a way. You don't want them to close up. Some, you know, jiu-jitsu academies are all about competition and stuff like that. So make sure that when you take your child to some place to do jiu-jitsu, which is amazing, I like 100% recommend everyone should do jiu-jitsu. Just make sure that you're observing the instructors. You're observing how the instructors are talking to your children. Make sure that the language they're using. That's really, really important, because it's important for your child to feel safe. And then once you find a place that your child's having a great time, and that, you know, the place also helps resolve conflicts in a way that's positive for the kid, because some, you know, places will be like, oh, stop being a baby. You know, you don't want that. You want to be able to validate each kid's feelings. The kid has to feel safe. So that's number one. But every child, I promise you, every kid every person, a client will benefit from jiu-jitsu. It helps. It helps so much. You know, it helps with dealing with everything. You know.
Yeah, it's meant the world, and it's been a difference maker for my son. So we've been fortunate to find him a really great community. You know, with exceptional instructors and leaders, and I can't say enough great things. So thank you so much for your time.
Marcia, the lady, they're amazing. That school is amazing. I hope to, you know, emulate him, and that's something that he's my professor. So now I one day hope to be as great as he is one
that's
day.
amazing.
I'm good.
We all do. He's a big baby.
He is.
He's a big baby on the mat.
He's amazing.
He's
the best.
He's a giant kid on the mat.
He sure is.
Yeah, so
you don't ever get to see a choreographer teaching kids class. Trust me. You barely even see black belts teaching. It's a gift. But just, again, make sure the kids feel safe. They're able to express themselves, and just give it time. They don't always love it at first. I didn't love it at first. But just...
There's a breakthrough that happens.
Oh, it does. And it's beneficial for them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.